My amazing Librans, welcome into your monthly money and career tarot reading. This will be for the month of May 2025. I hope you're doing absolutely amazing out there as I lose my breath a bit. Let's just jump into the Gilded Tarot Royale and see what May is all about for you. All right, money and career for Libra. We have the Chariot card, the Magician, and the Hierophant. All right, so you're beginning with three major arcana, telling you right off the bat, this is going to be a major month for you, full of major success, major accomplishments. You may even find that you're meant to be and will be crossing a milestone of some sort. You're hitting a goal, a target. You may even find that it's a month to be setting new goals, or one in particular, ready to hit a new target of yours. But these three major arcanas are glowing for you throughout the month, as it feels like there's change in the air in regards to your career and or money status. It feels like the money is flowing. You're spending less throughout the month because of a change you made in the past, or because of a click that happened within, a breakthrough maybe, a new set of awareness, something of the sort. And they are saying that this is going to be very smart of you, because as your money easily flows in, you're then able to minimize your spending, or at least cut back and see the money adding up quite smoothly and greatly. And this is going to feel rewarding, and you will be prepared, prepared more so for upcoming expenses, both expected and unexpected. Now, the Chariot card is saying that you, like Taurus, you may want to hop over there after this reading. You are ultra motivated. You're on the go at times. You're even in still moments, very strategically working through to come up with a strategy for your job or for your business, or it could be in regards to your home life. It feels to be, a very purposeful time for you, while you are buckling down and putting in the work, and you are seeing the results quite quickly. Now, it reminds me that you can put in certain levels of work depending on what you do, with your career, your job life, or in general. You could put in levels of work and then that not end up providing you the abundance that you deserve, and even help other people like it was meant to, if you don't continue the process of what that entails. Let me give you a prime example and apply it as you may. Say I record all these readings, and this has happened many times, and there are even some absolutely banger, amazing readings, but if I don't post them, who's going to see it besides me in spirit? You know what I mean? If I don't follow through and complete it, so there's going to be something like that for you at certain points. Now, the Magician card coming out because it's going to be a magical month where you're manifesting more money, you're manifesting more success, growth. It feels like you could be finally stepping into something that you're now getting approved for. You just recently were. I was recently approved for the TikTok shop pilot program, or whatever it's called, where you can then create commission off of products. And so don't be surprised when my month involves me posting some of that stuff. Because it feels like Spirit is saying, Libra, you're a hustler, and you always have been, even when you felt like you weren't utilizing that part of you, that side of you, or you just didn't feel like it for one if not multiple reasons. You always have been and are becoming even more of a hustler. But what feels different for you recently, maybe more so throughout this month specifically, is there's more of a balance being established or reestablished, re-implemented, where you're not consistently overworking yourself, but you're trying to find time to heal and develop downtime, create it, while then being able to more efficiently and easily accomplish, buckle down, work, create change. You know what I mean? Interesting, I just said create change as another message, but it feels like a period for you where you're wanting to know more about what lies ahead, and you need to trust in the fact that things are going to pan out and continue and end, change for you very, very purposely, strategically. It always has, it always will, even with the ups and downs and difficulties for winding back. But the Hierophant says that it's a month of quality structure and flow, and even adapting taking place, to the point of more being created, more being developed. I know I keep relating these messages back to myself, but I hope that helps, at least some of which. I do typically like to read for this channel and otherwise early on in the day, but today in my new apartment, it just was a better choice to wait until my roommate headed out to the gym. And now I have the place to myself, at least for a bit. And so, yeah, there's just times when you need to remember that not only divine timing is wildly alive, as I just made an infinity symbol on the table, but you're needing to remember that not everything can happen within structure to such a tight, consistent extent, allowing that adjustability to work in your favor just as much. But it feels like, again, structure and a lack thereof which, and maybe even amounts of different kinds of freedom playing into your month in different ways. But you also are feeling change taking a huge highlight. What changed recently within your money and career sectors of life? What is changing more than ever now? What is to be changed in the near future? Say you're within a temporary situation or you've yet to acquire something. What do you foresee for yourself? And does that look and feel different than it once did? I guarantee it does. It's because, Libra, your life has been changing, you've been changing, and naturally we find that our wants and needs do develop and get swapped up. But anyways, it also feels like a very materialistic time where, again, I don't feel like you're overspending in any way, shape, or form. Maybe at certain points randomly, but it does feel like it's a time where maybe you're noticing the materialistic items that other people have very specifically, even maybe your own. You know, it's a very small room I just moved into, but I have a lot of physical items. I just heard thank you, Amazon. Anyways, the point is that materialistic needs, wants maybe even coming into play and taking a highlight, but what people have for some reason is including yourself, okay? Now, I'm now hearing a lavish lifestyle lies ahead for you if that's something that you so choose down the line. Knight of Pentacles and Nine of Pentacles. I do find that those sometimes sound the same on camera, but you will feel the independence growing throughout the month. And this may be in the midst of being viewed at and utilized as a leader. And it does feel like you're needing to remember that your confidence and even your good looks and quality energy play into the quality of what you produce and develop, and maybe even in regards to who you connect with. It does seem like you are setting a great example for other people in regards to maybe multiple aspects of your life. And it seems like this is a time of speaking a lot, but then there are other silent moments where there's still a lot being said to you from spirit, or you have a lot going on otherwise. And you will feel like it's maybe impossible to rush at certain points for one, if not multiple reasons. But either way, there's a non-rushing energy about you that feels nice. It feels safer. You're not going to slip up like you maybe would have otherwise if you were rushing. It feels comforting to other people even. You're, again, an example. It's like you take your time, or you just do things at a slow or just kind of a steady, gradual pace. And it reminds other people to slow it down, or just to prevent rushing, because that chaotic energy is going to F things up somehow. I feel that. Now, the Seven of Wands and the Lover's card. It seems like this is also a period for you where a lot is coming towards you. It could be expectations from work, your business, even your own expectations playing into it. But it's not just that. It feels like obligations, opportunities, responsibilities. It's also a time where you're thinking about all that you still have yet to pay off, say debt, for some bills, what has yet to be deducted from your account or two, paying close attention to reminding yourself of how much you're saving as the month trickles on forward, and give yourself a pat on the back when you don't pull from that savings when you normally would have or could have. And also in regards to putting that money in your savings account or your checking account. I personally save in cash in a Ziploc bag. Do not judge. It works for me. It has a lot to do with 11, 12, 13 years, however many years it's been now of serving. You just take in a lot of cash. Anyways, but also how you save specifically seems to be a part of the month. For me, I swipe, or order online easily, so cash works best for me. And I like seeing the physical cash. For the majority, probably including you, a savings account or a checking account is a better way to go about it, okay? Now, it also does feel like you are weighing out a lot, you're deciding a lot, and you're in the midst of what is to be labeled as a very passionate, soulful balancing act. Interesting. I didn't expect that soulful addition. And it seems like this is a time for you to be creating happiness for yourself and other people. whether that's just, you know, a side sort of creation at work, you know, you and your coworkers, authority figures, customers, clientele, you name it. It could be through your business, it could be at home. It just feels like you also have this light and gentle, delicate touch. You can say almost anything and it will convey, it'll be digested. It's something about the way you do what you do, the way you say what you say, and the way Spirit's working through you at certain points, and even for you and other people, right? 1036, look up the angel number meaning, but it does feel like there's almost this feeling of you about to start to move quicker, rush, accomplish quicker, and then Spirit says slow your roll, because just as much as you were an example at other people to do that for themselves, you need to remind yourself when it just feels like you have a lot going on, or, you know, the energy affects you somehow. The Eight of Pentacles, there's something about somebody sitting at a desk of significance. You're going to be getting more done at that desk than you think in that location. You also will feel like Spirit's guiding people to and from you, to and from a situation or two, very specifically to the point where you're able to get things done. You're able to experience different energy. You might even be that person at times that is very strategically taken away from a situation early, say work is cut short, or you are now stepping away from the home situation when you weren't going to otherwise. Stuff of this nature, okay? And even if you're meant to stay late at work or stay for a bit longer in a situation, even if it's, say, a storefront, you're going to be where you're meant to be so purposely, all right? And so somehow that's intertwining with your money and career situations. And it feels like your motivation is really paying off and is even motivating other people. It's this kind of like, let's just get it done and try to enjoy yourself a bit more. And don't be surprised when that really, really works to your advantage and leaves you wanting to get more done. You know what I mean? Because naturally that makes sense. You know, you enjoy yourself more, and even if it's a mundane or just normal sort of routine that you could typically dislike or hate, you're then wanting to enjoy yourself with that task routine more so. You know what I mean? So it feels like that could really be a great new tool for you. The Nine of Cups and the Two of Wands. So two things are coming through. Pairing together, this is talking about a wish fulfillment in money and or career that you have yet to achieve. And they're saying the month supports it. Okay, the month supports that wish being fulfilled for you in the near future when it's meant to once again. But then putting this one by itself, there's something that you wanted and now you have it. So let's enjoy it. Let's make the best out of it and let's adapt to it. And this could be something you're continuing. It could be something you're just stepping into. Regardless, Spirit is saying you're always going to receive what you want and need when you're meant to, how you're meant to, especially, you know, with what we're here to talk about, your money and career. And so let this month remind you and enforce this ultimate trust in your money and career path. And just know that as you have a lot of options, if you're looking at some, or, you know, just this talking about all that you have going on and all that you have to accomplish and change and adapt to, you will conquer it all, okay? You'll make the right choices. You always have and you always will, even if you don't. Well, let's reword that. We haven't always made the right decisions, but I feel at the very least recently you have, okay? You've learned, you've grown, and it's time for you to make some other important choices in regards to your money and career throughout the month. But it's going to be a very busy time for you where this will change your money and career sectors of life for the better. All right, Libra? So those were your amazing, powerful messages for May, money and career. I hope they were truly helpful. Love and light, my friends. Do take care.